Hey YouTube, it's Tyler the Antenna Man. Today I'm going to tell you when it is a good idea to run a channel rescan and when it is not a good idea to run a channel rescan on your TV set. I've noticed in many forums and Facebook groups when people lose specific TV stations, the response is, oh, just run a rescan, it should come back automatically. That's not always the answer if you have reception issues. First, I'm going to get into the situations when it is a good idea to run a rescan on your TV set. The first situation is if a channel moves frequencies due to the FCC repack. Usually the TV station will run a message warning viewers that they are moving frequencies like what you see here, and that you'll need to run a rescan in order to continue watching that TV channel. I'll keep you guys posted on the next FCC repack date. It's still a little more than a month away, but just keep in mind that if you know for a fact your market is affected by the FCC repack and you've seen these messages on TV stations, it's okay to run a rescan. But if you suddenly lose a channel out of nowhere and the repack is over in your market, don't run a rescan. It's not a bad idea to run channel scans periodically as long as you are picking up every channel that is programmed onto your TV set. So I wouldn't recommend running a channel scan if you have some stations that are not coming in. But if you see that every channel is coming in on your channel list, you can run a rescan. For all you know, it might pick up a few extra channels that recently boosted their signal after the FCC repack. Another situation when it's a good idea to run a rescan is if you have a very weak signal and your TV deleted the channel off your list. And I'm not saying if you see the no signal, low signal message and you can still see channel 16 in the upper left of your screen or whatnot. I'm talking about if the signal is very low, some TV sets will delete the channel altogether on the list so you don't see a channel 16 anymore. If you run into this situation, it is a good idea to run a channel scan because your TV has deleted that channel, and the only way you can bring the channel back is by either running a rescan or manually inputting the RF channel. I'll have a little bit more information on that later in this video. Now I'm going to get into the situations when you do not want to run a rescan on your TV set. You don't want to run a rescan if you have a very marginal signal or you see the no signal message periodically. That means that a TV signal is very weak, likely because of a non-optimal antenna setup. Don't use these types of antennas. And if you run a rescan when the channel is just barely coming in, all it's going to do is take away that channel if it doesn't have enough signal strength when you run the channel scan. And then you'll find yourself running endless rescans just to bring this station back. The term "if it ain't broken, don't fix it" applies to channels that are programmed onto your TV set. And if you see that a channel is listed and it's pixelating or gives a no signal message, running a rescan is not going to bring it back. You will likely need a better antenna setup. A similar situation where you do not want to run a rescan on your TV set is if you notice that you're not getting a specific TV channel and it's only been maybe a few minutes or an hour. It's possible that a TV station is doing routine maintenance and operating at a reduced power for maybe less than a day. And if you run a rescan and the channel's not coming in, you will no longer have that channel listed on your TV set. So then you begin the process, as I mentioned just a few seconds ago, running endless rescans, hoping that the station comes back. And if it's at reduced power, there's no way to really bring it back except either getting a better antenna setup if it's affected by the FCC repack or waiting until the work is done. Many TV sets will add a TV station if you type in the RF channel that the TV station is broadcasting on. So let's say in my area, I ran a channel scan and I'm no longer picking up WNEP channel 16 because the signal is marginal. Go to rabbitears.info, click on Signal Search Map, type in your address, click Move Pushpin to center of map to lock in the coordinates, then click on Search. You will be provided a list of the TV stations in your broadcast area. And the channel in parentheses that follows the virtual channel and the channel that you know the TV station as is the RF channel that the TV station broadcasts on. So you can see in my area, WNEP channel 16 does not broadcast on channel 16. They broadcast on channel 50. This holds true for most TV stations. They usually do not broadcast on the channel they identify as. So in New York, NBC4 does not broadcast on channel 4, CBS2 does not broadcast on channel 2, Fox 5 does not broadcast on Channel 5, although ABC 7 does broadcast on Channel 7. Go to rabbitears.info to figure out what channels the TV stations are broadcasting on in your area. So going back to my TV set, if I type in 50 or 50-1, on many TV sets, if you move the antenna around a little bit while typing in the RF channel number, and the TV gets at least a marginal signal, it will recognize it and store it under the virtual channel. So you can see now that after typing in channel 50 on my TV set, I now have channel 16 locked in on it. Now let's say you tried everything you could to lock in a specific TV channel and nothing you're doing works. You tried looking up the RF channel, tried typing it in manually to your TV set, and either you couldn't get a good enough signal to lock in the station or your TV didn't allow you to manually input the channel. I guess you're stuck running endless rescans, right? If all else fails, you do have the option of purchasing this Amatic digital converter box that runs about $30. It allows you to manually input TV channels based on their RF channel, and it has a signal meter to kind of guide you in the correct location for the antenna to completely lock in that channel as opposed to running endless rescans. I attached a link to this converter box in the description of my video. With this tuner, you can go to the menu, scroll over to Channel Search, and select Manual Channel Search. There it will show the RF channel of the TV station that you're currently on. Type in the RF channel of the TV station that you're having problems with. You'll notice that you don't get anything, it says 0% signal. But keep it on that screen and move the antenna around until you find a location that gets a solid signal number. Hit OK, and now you have the signal preset onto the tuner. If you press the info button twice, it will bring up a signal meter where it will kind of guide you in a location that will get you the best reception possible on this channel. In my situation, I'm noticing that I can't lock it in with this really small dipole antenna, so by using a larger antenna, I have much better success. Hopefully this video guides you on the situations when it's a good idea to run a rescan on your TV set and when it's not a good idea to run a rescan. I'm trying to prevent some of you from getting into the situation of running a rescan when you shouldn't, losing your favorite channel, and then running endless rescans hoping for the best that maybe one day it will come back without you having to change your setup. Chances are you will have to do some additional homework, as I mentioned in this video, to get that channel back, but running endless rescans is not the answer. If you still have trouble locking in a certain station after trying all of these steps, I do provide custom antenna recommendations and antenna setup guidance on my website at antennamanpa.com. There I go through your unique reception situation and determine what antenna works best for your area. Most people that reach out to me do not have the right antenna for the frequencies and signal strengths in their area, and antennas are not a one-size-fits-all model. Thanks again for watching this video. Make sure to check out my channel for other videos on TV antenna reviews, reception tips, and overall cord cutting as a whole. Subscribe to it for updates and have an awesome day.